Ain't no grave gonna hold my body down.
In the Chinese culture, we believe in ghosts. I mean, we were talking to people around earlier. Oh, are you a Christian? Are you a Buddhist? No, we worship our ancestors. You don't have to convince a Chinese person that there's ghosts and demons and devils. They 100% believe it and they worship them. Before I was a Christian, I was afraid of death. I was afraid of ghosts. I mean, this is a pretty spooky looking place. I mean, in the daytime, it's, already kind of like there's no one here but us, okay? But at nighttime, I can imagine there's really nobody here. How did you see death when you were growing up?
My dad died before I even really knew him.
Okay.
So in that way, I never really thought about dying. I would always be young, kind of in my mind.
Yeah.
I grew up in a poor home. I grew up on welfare. I grew up in a single mother home. The people that live in some of the most horrendous conditions are in such a survival mode. And I would not want to say that I was in that same place.
Yeah.
Looking at how I could advance to the next level where death really wasn't even a thought.
I grew up petrified of death and dying and not knowing the answers, and I think that after knowing Jesus, after knowing who God is, after knowing what the purpose of life is, and after knowing that there is a hope after death, that actually death isn't something to be freaked out and afraid by and Freddy Kruegered up. No, that is a beginning point to eternity. We do things by time here on earth, okay? How many seconds, how many minutes, how many years, how many decades, how many centuries? But God has a whole different perspective on that. A real man, about not just where you've been, not just where you are, but where you're going.